There are a ton, and I know some of these people of suburban Republicans voted for McCain, voted for Romney, those types of folks who are scared out of their minds of Trump at this point.
Run! It's Godzilla! It looks like Godzilla, but due to international copyright laws, it's not.
They'd be willing to vote for someone like Nikki Haley. I don't agree with them. I think they're wrong on a lot of stuff. But those are those 43% of Nikki Haley voters in Iowa who said if Haley was not the nominee, they're going to vote for Biden. They are leaving MAGA in droves, and it's amazing because they're not even getting the proper information. They just and luckily their eyes won't lie to them when they see this guy acting like a lunatic, like dry humping an American flag on TV. They're like, maybe he's not fit to be president. So that's what we've got going on, and that's what's happening in these polls. And we're seeing it from the exit polls. But yet the media will let Trump get away with it. Now, luckily, as I said, most people will get it because he's also bragged that he ended Roe.
But the fact that I was able to terminate Roe v. Wade after 50 years of trying, they worked for 50 years. I've never seen anything like it. They worked, and I was so honored to have done it. Well, I did something that nobody thought was possible. I got rid of Roe v. Wade. And by doing that, it put pro-lifers in a very strong negotiating position. Nobody did a job like I did, including Roe v. Wade, bringing it back to the states. What I did by killing Roe v. Wade, which everyone said was impossible.
He's bragged a number of times about that. He said that women should be punished for having abortions. So he's going to try to run away from that now. But I promise you, the media will try to let him get away with saying his position, it makes him a moderate, as you said. It's just such utter bull.
Why do you think so many liberals are taking the polling seriously and not recognizing the fact that every time there's a special election or even going back to the midterms, the Democrats are vastly outperforming the polls, and yet there are Democrats who are going, hey, you know what, maybe we need to drop Joe Biden because these polls are showing that the American people think he's too old to be president, which, by the way, the second question after that poll question should be, but will you vote for him anyway?
Exactly.
And they're not asking that question. But there are Democrats who are taking that first question, I think, way too seriously without considering the possibility of what the answer would be to the second question that isn't getting asked. You know what I mean? That's a little confusing way to describe it, but yeah.
There's an ideal world and there's the world we live in, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in an ideal world, I'm not going to deny it. Like, I would like our nominee to be younger than Biden is. I would like most of them. I've said this before. When it came to certain, leaders in our congressional wing, that I thought they'd done an amazing job and they're incredible. Nancy Pelosi would be on any Mount Rushmore of all-time greatest legislators. But Absolutely. There is a point where you've got to go to the next generation, and partially that's not an issue of like you're slowing down. It's an issue of the next generation, Gen X on down. Like, we're not in some crouch scared of Ronald Reagan and thinking that it's still the Reagan party and they've got the funny, charismatic president, and they've got the popular positions are on their side.
Oh, I can't stand it.
What is it?
Oh.
Yes?
Oh, it's my stomach. I haven't felt this awful since we saw that Ronald Reagan film.
I'll see if I can find some Dramamine.
And so it is. I wish liberals would just stop. Stop. Mm-hmm. These polls are just propaganda like everything else that's out there. They're noise. They're bull. It doesn't matter. So if you were to ask me in one of those polls, I'd say yes. I would prefer that we had a 50-something running. I think we've got a fantastic crop of even a 60-something, of 60-something, 50-something, and 40-something Xers and millennials who are ready to take over the party. But right now, at this moment, Joe Biden kicked Donald Trump's ass last time, going against everything. He beat incumbency, he beat the Russian op, he beat all of that stuff, and he won in, states I know, because guess what? I was writing ads for him. I know what our top targets were, and we actually even lost one or two of those, Florida and North Carolina, but Georgia was a second-tier target for us. Yeah. And guess what? We won it. Arizona was a top-tier target, but we hadn't won that since Clinton won it, I think, in '96, and we won it. We won the electoral vote in Nebraska, right? Because they do their votes separately by congressional district in Nebraska and Maine. The point being that Biden beat the crap out of him last time. Honestly, they just rated him, I think, 12th best president or something of all time in this historical, analysis. Shocking. Gee, who was ranked last?
Right. Donald Trump, and by the
was-
way, Republicans and conservatives ranked Donald Trump at I think 43. So this isn't just Democrats and independents saying that Donald Trump sucks. Even Republicans who are part of this project, the Presidential Greatness Project, are saying, 43, 41, down at the bottom of the list. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, that guy's a total nut. No, And they're like, have you seen him? I mean, sometimes the orange looks brown